What's up, everybody? It's your boy Galaxy Greg, and welcome to episode 135 of the Be More Nerdy podcast. The only podcast is given to you how you want it, when you want it, and respectively, when you need it. I'm your host, Galaxy Greg, aka the OG Galaxy, aka Mr. Space Waits, aka the Hentai Honcho. And with me today are my co-host, Diva XOXO.
What it is, little dummies? It's your girl, Diva XOXO, back at it again with another episode of the Be More Nerdy podcast. Are we doing
Why'd you say it like a
AKAs?
new reporter?
I don't
You
know.
did.
I went there. I liked it. I was in a
Bringing
flow and
you-
I liked it.
Oh, God.
Hey, bringing you the live truth from the Be More Nerdy podcast at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, what is that, PST?
No.
CST.
Whatever the newscast exists. I don't know, man. I just work here.
Whatever. And my other co-host, HD TV.
Yep. HD TV, bringing you live and in person. High definition. There you go.
There we go. That being said, today's episode is Get to Know Your Hosts, our first animes, where we talk about some of the first that we've had, you know, what popped our cherries and our first experiences and how they might be terrible, they might be great, you never know. But we're going to share them with you anyway. Outside of that, I got a decent amount of news since last week we didn't do news, as well as this week there was a decent amount of news also. That being said, let's get right into the topic. I'm going to start for once.
Before we get into the topic, I gotta make a confession to the pod. I gotta take responsibility here at the Be More Nerdy podcast.
Like me shaving off my
take
beard?
responsibility. Yeah, but like no one would know if I didn't admit it. But I'm a man of my.
You're what?
I'm gonna admit it. I said what I said.
Whoa.
Yeah, I heard what she said.
Is that the confession? You got a dick?
Nah, we already know that.
I was going to say, if that's a confession to you, Greg, we have a real problem.
I was gonna be confused on how that was a confession. I'm on the same page as you guys, bro.
So y'all know I portray myself to be the rough and tough person of the podcast. I stand up for the people. I'll fight anybody. I'm rough. Recently, I have read nothing but Yakuza yaois, and I'm talking straight smut. I have a problem, and it's not okay. I'm talking like 13, and I'm talking either completed or caught up.
Okay, Gunner Gang General.
Yeah, it's real bad. And I'm just here for the love story. Like, I'm feeling all of the loves. I'm so soft. I thought I was a tough nigga. I'm not. I just want everybody to fall in love and be happy and get out of the game.
Now, when you say smut, are you talking like it's just a love tale? Or are you talking about or she getting it done to her?
It's yaoi, so it's no she's.
Oh, Yowie.
Never
Craig
a
and-
she. Never a she present.
Got you. Yeah.
I've been reading a lot of smut too. You
Craig
feel
and
me?
Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big
Big
smut
girl.
reader.
Yeah. But
It's because
like,
they're
I'm
tall
there
and
for
play
the-
volleyball.
But I'm there for the love story. Like, I'd be like, oh, they really in love. Like, nice to you. I know he just shot this dude in his ass, but he loves you. Yes, I
Well.
watched him put the gun in the other dude's ass, and he was like, oh, so you want to fuck with people? And he want to fuck with people? He's like, say you sorry. He's like, I'm sorry. Bang. Killed him. And then was like, are you okay? And I was like, are you okay?
You're one sick cookie.
Yeah, I was thinking like, Craig Chan and Tweak Son and
I was
holding
thinking that
hands on
too. You
people.
know, holding hands,
they hold
reaching in
hands?
pants and type shit. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
but like but they're also yakuza. You gotta remember that. Like, somebody is a thug in all of this.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be like essay, assault, erotica, smut novel, gore, fantastic.
to be
Yeah,
fair,
all of them,
most
like,
things that come
feel
with like
all
Japanese
of them
animation
do.
tends to be
They
some
have,
form
like,
of sexual
at
assault.
least-
Like,
They have
and
at
that's
least one.
it's a
scene.
problem. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is a
It
problem.
is.
Like,
It's
if
like it
if
has
someone
to be
tells me
there.
they really like hentai, I start to squint my eyes and be like, you have a CNC kink. I just know it. Like, but
It's not my preference. Like, when those scenes happen, shout out
this
to a
is
lot
a
of the
great way
people
to start the
who
pod, you know?
translate. Yeah, we're getting to know the host. But like, sometimes like they'll put like trigger warning on there, but like I'd be like, wow, they just don't hold back. But yeah, that was it. I just want to let y'all know. I'm
New
not as
statue
tough
I
as
got
that.
is like right out of the camera angle. I did that on purpose, of course. It's like it's right there, like right there. It's just on the other side.
The naughty one.
Oh
The
hell
Gooner
yeah!
statue.
It's like no, like I'm telling you, the spacing is perfect. It's right on the other side of that line. It's kind of funny. That's hilarious, actually.
No comments. You know.
Don't
Every week
don't
I
don't
update
don't
on all my
don't think that
stories.
he isn't. He's not a gooner. He's not a gooner. But he's like, don't think he's like
Look,
innocent.
that's the darkest it gets. You know, ReZero.
It's okay. I got clips, and one day I will release them to the public.
Nah, some of the stories gets pretty dark, but it's like always so sweet because they're like troubled and like they can't sleep at night because of something, and then they're like, "You're the
Erections.
only
It's
reason
because
I
of erections.
sleep." No,
Yeah.
It's because
no,
of
Be
erections.
honest. Be
no.
honest.
Bro, my wood's
They,
just so hard tonight. Could you
they roll a
chop
lot
it
in their
down?
sleep, and they couldn't roll. You know, like
You want a sword fight until we're sleepy? I'd rather just dock.
kickstand on your bike so it can't fall over. You couldn't go to sleep.
And then he like
Kickstand on your bike
cuddle.
is crazy.
They cuddle and they're like, "I can't believe he's so soft. I just seen him kill a man," and I'm like, "I know because."
It's because you know how hard he gets.
And then they have to write, and then there's always a part, like a I don't call it like a chapter, like a season where one ran off, and it's like, "Don't go. He loves you. He's leaving because he loves you. Save you. Go to him."
If you
Every
had to
time.
quantify this in like hours,
I can tell you now, I maybe spent 2 hours reading both of those, so it's a picture book. It didn't take me long.
Yeah. So the best thing about them, a lot of them are in color, so that's nice. If I had to quantify
Oh,
it in
splooge
hours,
in full color.
who knows? Really, like.
Yeah, no, you have a
2
problem.
weeks worth of hours. Yeah, I have a problem. No, I have a problem.
Okay,
no,
Gooner
she
Gang
has to
General.
work. So
Like,
that's at least
I
minus
don't-
80 hours.
I reward myself at work, so you can't even subtract work.
So you
time,
read
because
them
I'd be
at
like,
work?
"All right, if you finish,
Do you read them at work?
like,
Answer the question.
if you finish,
Do you read them at work? Answer the question.
if you finish this
Oh,
much,
that
you
means
can read
yes.
one chapter."
See, and this is why I say that girls are worse than guys when it comes to like porn and being gooners, right? Because y'all just be in public reading this shit. Like, I'm at least gonna do this in shame in my home. Like, y'all be just that's getting the
Yeah,
juices
you'll be like,
going.
"Oh." No, it's not even like that.
At best, y'all be like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I pick up and showed you what you read. Nah, like no, like
No,
y'all must be stopped.
Some of them have really good plot lines. That's the other thing. Like one of them, the guy was dating the guy, right? They was dating. He was a lawyer helping the Yakuza out. The Yakuza was helping him with his case or whatever, right? Helping the Yakuza do legal stuff though. Like he's like, "I ain't gonna do none of the legal stuff." They fall in love, blah, blah, blah. But he was originally in Russia from Korea. He was in Russia to find his dad to deliver his mom's last words. Come to find out, the dad is the rival gang. Like he's the head of the rival gang. Has been kidnapping the man he loves, child, and trying to kill him. They both have been trying to kill him his entire life. So not only does he have to tell his newfound father, who he's building a relationship with, that he's gay, also that his boyfriend is the man who's trying to kill you. So good. And then they were like at dinner, and he was like, "I'm gonna go to the bathroom." Like it was like the meet and greet. Like, "Hey, this is the boyfriend." He's like, "I'm going to the bathroom. Everybody be okay. I'm just going to the bathroom." War breaks out. It's great.
Episode 135, everybody, the Gooner episode. That being said, we're gonna get into our topic. So it's your first, and you know, animes and what popped your anime cherry. I said I was gonna go first after Diva's confession. There's plenty of clips in here that we'll have to extract, obviously. But hey, you're gonna have a fucking field day.
Just one clip.
Just
You're gonna
one?
get the most cringe parts and then fast forward through her talking and put a 20-minute time lapse and then you just saying, "Well, that's our Gunner." Anyway.
Gooner Gang General, everybody. There you go. You can use that. But like I was saying, just generally the first that we've ever watched, seen. Remember, for me, to be honest, and this is gonna be so cliche, the first I ever saw was Dragon Ball Z. The first I'm going to say was my first because I watched it all the way through, and like that really got me hard stuck on anime was actually Naruto. Because One Piece and Dragon Ball Z, they came on the weekends, right? So like Saturday morning I watched One Piece, and like I could only catch that some Saturday mornings. And when I started going to swim practice,
Yayo,
it's just gotta go.
It's such a good song.
It is.
Nah,
But
is that what he says? I thought it was yayo. Like it was like a
yo ho,
piratey, like,
pirate's life for me.
Yeah, kind of
Nah.
like that.
It was I'm pretty sure it might not have been both. What's that thing when just like you remember it completely wrong or like it was never there? I forget the word.
You're talking about fuck.
Like
Shazam versus Kazam.
Yeah.
Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Mandela.
Yeah, I think that's a Mandela effect right there because I remember Yayo, but then I say gotta go.
I just
I
looked
don't
up
know
the
which
lyrics.
one it was.
I'm gonna look up the lyrics because maybe we just heard it that way. Because you know when you hear stuff,
Oh my gosh, it's
you don't hear
Yayo.
lyrics like, yeah, ooh, I got sweatpants.
Dreaming, don't give it up, Luffy. Dreaming, don't give it up, Zoro. Dreaming, don't give it up,
Like,
Nami.
you know, like,
yeah.
You know, like what's that song by Lloyd when it's like she's 5'2", but I want you, but everybody's like, oh, she's fine too. Yeah, like it's like one of those things where if you hear it one way, that's how you remember it forever.
But that's funny. But I won't say those two because although I watched them all the time, the problem with them was they came on Saturdays, and eventually as I grew older, I started going to Saturday practice. So I would miss One Piece because by the time I got home, it just went off. I'd either have to catch a rerun or I'd like be doing something. But Naruto, if I remember correctly, was like Wednesdays or Thursdays is when it came on. So dead smack in the middle of the week at like 9:30. So like I could come home from swim practice, I could eat, do my homework, and then watch it. So Naruto was one of the first I watched consistently. And then I remember then it moved to Saturdays at night, and I still watched it even at swim meets. And that shit was always lit. Because, like, my mom like, we gonna go get some food. You stay in the room, don't open the door. I'm like, Naruto about to come on, woman. I'm not going nowhere. And that was during the Sasuke retrieval arc. Oh,
wasn't moving anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't going no fucking where. So, like, that's one of the ones I remember the most or had the most impact on me. And the reason I say that one is because of those reasons. Sadly, right, Naruto isn't something that I can offer to everybody because it is for a specific group of people. Because Naruto does not have the best story writing, does not have the best characters. It doesn't have the best anything, in my opinion. It has good all around, and it's a good story for a developing preteen to teenager boy, right? And even
about just regular Naruto.
Yeah, regular Naruto.
Oh, yeah.
So like, it's a good developing story for like a developing preteen boy or preteen child, let's say that, because girls can get into it too. But like, just going through it, like, it's a basic story, right? It would be one of the early on animes I give to someone, but I wouldn't recommend it for many people's first, unless you're just into something that has action and some story, but you're more considered about more interested in the action, right? So that was like my first that I started watching, and that really got me into it. Of course, I watched animated shows, and I still do to this day. I fucking hate live shows for real. But nonetheless,
I agree. I've come to realize, me and Chris were talking about the other day, because Chris we try to suggest each other shows that we can watch together, and I told him, I was like, I don't like live action things anymore. I was like, if it's not animated, it's not fantastical enough for me. It doesn't take me away from my real life enough for me to enjoy it anymore. Like,
that was my thing. I had a conversation with Joy about. She was like, she likes live action shows, especially with black people, because she's like, I can relate to them, right? It's not my life, but it's a life I can relate to. I'm like, I don't want to relate. I want to wish I was there, because I live life, and life is not always the best. So
I need a Yakuza boss to come save me.
Okay, I need an escape from something, right? I don't want to get killed by Truck Coon and be sent to another world and have a long titled anime be my new life, but I like to think that I'd like that, you know, outside of the death part. Who knows? Maybe my anime is reincarnated as a podcaster, but not really, because I got revived.
You wouldn't want
to. Great title.
Nah, what you gotta say, bro? Nah, this is gonna be good.
Write that
I
down.
was just gonna say you wouldn't want to be um transported to another world, and now you have your overpowered mom who one shots everything, something like that.
Can I get my mom's powers, or do I have a semblance of her powers, or am I just a weak ass nigga with a strong ass mom?
I don't
A
know.
weak
All I
ass
know
nigga
is
with a strong ass mom.
the mom is OP in the show, and the son is just there. Um,
Okay, well,
that's all I
that
know.
sounds shitty.
But, I mean, he could have powers. I don't know. I just know the title.
I don't know.
Blah.
The idea of like those worlds always were interesting to me, and that's why they pulled me in, because it's like, yeah, here I have TV and video games and stuff, but out there I have superpowers. Like regular degular niggas got superpowers. Like I'd be out in the streets training my shit. I wouldn't be in the crib watching TV if I could throw a planet at people. I'm gonna learn how to do that shit, and then watch some TV.
Then watching TV.
Like
That's the
I can't.
longest long. Look how long that anime title is.
That's a real title.
That's not gonna
I
be
just
the title
wrote
for
it.
this episode. Goddamn it!
It can't. I thought when you say it, it doesn't feel as long. Then
No,
when
it
you write
does.
it down,
I promise
like,
it does.
I was like, oh, that's a lot of words. I can't make that a.
Do you remember what your first anime was?
It was probably like GT, but if you can't count GT and you can't count Naruto, I
You
would
can
probably
count
go like
whatever you want.
You can count
It's
whatever you
yours.
want. Like I'm just giving my first anime.
It's
I'm
Solo
gonna
leveling.
probably
Unless
give
you did-
y'all. I'm gonna
What
give
the
y'all my
hell is
first
your anime?
it's
It's
solo
crazy.
leveling.
Oh,
so, lion ass.
nigga.
You know, I'd watched tons of animes up until this point, but I'd never really seen an anime until this.
Ugh.
No, I would go Yu-Gi-Oh, Zatch Bell, or Bo.
Oh, all great.
I
Ooh,
watched
Blue
all.
Dragon. Blue Dragon. I'll give it a Blue Dragon.
I remember that
Blue
show.
Dragon.
Um, you know the concept of JoJo?
Stands. Yeah.
I'm
Make
gonna say
them
later,
dragons.
JoJo.
It's your shadow.
Yeah, just make them dragons.
Oh, that's
Your
fun.
your
less
shadow is
people.
the strong part. Yeah.
Yeah, less people. I think there was like a specific like 12 shadows.
Mm.
It was one of them shows like it was dope, you know, action, main cast, colorful, action pack, you know. If you've ever seen Uchiha and Toro, it's the same dynamic, you know, brazy, strong-headed kid and demon thing that wants to kill him but knows he can't kill him right now, so it's just waiting for his time until they become best friends. I
That
think
sounds like every Yakuza story I've ever heard.
anyway,
You found your niche, and you're not gonna let it go, huh?
I'm not
Uh,
like when I say I have like probably like 10 on the like in the clip ready for like about to read. Yeah, I'm stuck. I'm
I didn't
following the
even know
dopamine, so it's
they
going.
made so many. Like I didn't know there were so many in existence that you have this much content to read. But
So much.
Right.
I think what made Blue Lock like really suck me in is the fact that you wouldn't see this in cartoons, and it was that the sensei, the mentor, at the end of the first season, mind you, I think the first season like 40 episodes. It comes to find out she was never a good guy. She was just using that kid. All of season 2, she is the villain. And I'm like,
Oh, no.
you were
I
the
don't think I don't think I
know-
made it to season 2. I got to like when they were having a big fight on the airship. I think that was like the end of season 1, but I didn't finish
What's
it
it-
because
you
I
said
could
Blue
never find the
Dragon, right?
episodes. Yeah,
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 Blue
yeah.
Dragon.
What? It wasn't his master the chick who had like the pig?
The chick, I think she had a bat.
It was a bat. It was a bat. It wasn't a pig.
Yeah,
it was a
she
it
had a
was
bat.
it was a bat.
I remember this. The dragon. Okay, now that like I see it.
Yeah.
They had a game and
Oh.
everything.
I didn't know they
really
did.
had a game.
Oh, they did have
Yeah,
a
I
game,
remember
a Game
that.
Boy game or something. I definitely play that. But yeah, just interesting concepts. Wouldn't see them in cartoons outside of shows like Yu-Gi-Oh, Bakugan, Card Capture, Sakura, which are all essentially animes. So, yeah.
So let's see. Talking about it today, I realized maybe I've always been soft, and that's okay. I got some real introspective to do over the next like week. I don't know. Because my first anime was Inuyasha. Like I used to, and I remember like planning how I would stay up late enough to watch it when it got pushed back to like a super late time, and hurting when I had to go to Sunday school the next day. because I stayed up late to watch my episodes of Inuyasha. But I really liked like the fact that maybe it's because I'm a girl, like for real. But I liked that like not only was it like actiony and like every episode had like some kind of fight in it, it was still like based in a love story. It had drama, it was funny. So
Oh,
like I
hard.
liked all of those things.
Yeah, I
So
love it.
yeah, I would definitely say it's Inuyasha. Like I watched Dragon Ball. I watched Dragon Ball. I watched Dragon Ball Z. I watched um I watched Naruto. I watched One Piece. Uh like I watched it all. Yu Yu Hakusho, Inuyasha, what's the other one? Full Metal Alchemist, which we all know is my favorite, but it wasn't my first. Um I watched all
There
that
was a
stuff,
dick joke in there.
especially
I just didn't say it.
there
Wow.
was a dick joke in there. I thought somebody was gonna say it. I didn't.
Uh-huh. It was low hanging fruit. I didn't want it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. I respect that. I respect
Um,
that you put effort into it.
I I
Um.
I do too.
So, but yeah, it's definitely Inuyasha. He's got a special place in my heart.
I can't count that because I that would be the first thing that comes to mind. But I had to get old enough where like my brain and body would let me stay up to watch it and not just wake up on the end scenes.
Wake up on that ending song.
That's
Everybody woke up. Was it just me or was it loud as
Nah,
fuck for no reason?
it was so loud. Like I don't care how low you had it. That's
You
was
was getting
like
woke up.
nah, that was peak. It was peak. It was a great song too. And then it's just like you just see a man watching this giant skeleton and birds flying around. And it's
I
like
think
a
there was a scene
dragon.
where he's riding on a dragon.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on here? And then I could
Damn, I
never
missed
stay
that
up
show again.
to watch it. And it's like I'm gonna do it this time. And then you just
you just fall
You
asleep.
just fall
I
asleep
used to
every
set
fucking
an
time,
alarm.
bro.
Like sometimes I'll be like, all right, I'm tired. I'm gonna take a little nappy nap. I'm gonna watch, and then I'm gonna go back to bed. So that I could watch it because eventually it got moved to like the 3 a.m.
yeah.
Like for a
Mm-hmm.
while it was like the midnight 1 a.m. spot, and I could do that. But like when it got moved to the 3 a.m. spot, I was like, I had to like learn. I had to start plotting and planning my watches because I'm like, I want to finish, and I've never finished it until I didn't finish it until like I went to college or maybe sometime after that when I like sat down and finished it. Very satisfying though. I'm satisfied.
Fair, fair. I'll go around again. Another one I just like recalled is like one of the first things I can remember my early years watching. Pokemon. I didn't even think about it, but
Oh, yeah.
Pokemon. Like OG Pokemon, and we had like the movies and everything. Like,
I'm tripping. You're right, because mine is Digimon. I've always preferred Digimon over Pokemon.
so I just thought about that because like I thought about like the gotta catch 'em all. It is so true. I know it will pull us through. You teach
Pokemon.
me and I'll teach you. Yeah, I was thinking about that shit. Like, and I was like, damn. And I thought about all the times I was at my grandmother's house and like, cause during the summer, my parents, since they work like I guess off schedules, like my dad worked like late at night to early in the morning, like mid afternoon, and my mom worked from like normal 9 to 5 hours. So my mom would drop us off at our grandmother's house with our other cousins, and that's where we'd be for the summer if we weren't like at a summer program or something for a little bit. So like I can remember hella days where I'd just be chilling in the one room watching Pokemon, like growing up watching each episode because fucking
I'll
she had
say,
direct
yeah.
TV, so that's all they had on some channels was Pokemon most times. It's like damn. So
Mine was definitely Digimon. Like I did like Pokemon, but I prefer Digimon. Like I remember the Digimon movie. I remember like watching them grow up and seeing them be older, but like reconnect with their Pokemon. And then like the second generation where you still had Kari and it's Ty, right? Is the
Ty,
youngest one?
that's the that no
No,
no
Ty
no
is
no
the
no
brother.
Ty's the
Kar-
older brother.
Ty is Kari's brother. What's the TJ? What's the little
JT,
one's
it's
name?
JT I think.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah.
But like those two coming back to kind of like they're like mentoring the new three new kids, like all of that, like I remember those like very heavily, so much so I'll even watch the third one where they kind of like fuse into the Digimon
Mm-hmm.
when they uh change or whatever. It was just really good. Like I liked the idea of like French, like they had to earn their like Digimons being able to, it's not called morph, but I'm
Digilutions,
thinking of Power Rangers.
Digievolutions.
Evolution, Digilutions, yeah, to do their Digilutions. Like they had to earn it. They had to like live up to their crest, and yeah, it's
So
like
They would
something
have to do
funny
something.
that I remember specifically about that, right? Someone had a Reddit post about Digimon. It was like they prefer Digimon of Pokemon. Like it just makes more sense to them. I'm like, and someone was like, evolutions of Pokemon. I'm this dinosaur. I become a dinosaur that's bigger. I become a dinosaur dragon because I'm a fossilized dragon. Makes sense. Digimon. I'm a dragon. I have guns and jeans. I was like, oh, yeah, that doesn't really make sense now, does it?
I don't care. I care.
No, you go from like a cute egg into literally an angel. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how do we consider Power Rangers anime?
No.
Is it because it's not animated?
What we
That's
call it is Kamen Rider.
Kamen Rider.
There we go. Kamen Rider. There you go.
That's like
I
the
just
animated version, but yeah.
okay, but it does have a manga, yes.
The manga gets or the comic
I heard it
because
goes
it has a
crazy.
comic. The comic
Is it
gets
is it a
dark,
comic?
bro.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I heard it goes crazy. I heard it goes crazy.
Like
Apparently
if you're a
the
Power
Pink
Rangers
Ranger
fan
is
who
evil.
reads, I know that I'm like some people will look at you like you like Power Rangers. Aren't you? You're just you're childish. Like if someone's like, "No,
Nah.
I'll be reading Power Rangers," I'll be like, "Oh no, that's some dark shit's going on there." they got stories, bro.
Yeah, like the Green Ranger or the White Ranger. He was at first. He was White Ranger first, right?
Fucking Tommy
green.
is like every
Tommy's
goddamn
green.
ranger, and it's
Tommy has been
one
every color.
it's one
Yeah.
story where
Green,
Tommy
red,
was
white,
like.
black.
It's one story where
He's a
Tommy was the
black.
Red Ranger. He became like the White Ranger, then became the evil Black Ranger, then the evil Red Ranger, then came back to side of good and was a Green Ranger. And it was a lot. Like, and he's like one of the most
Yeah.
OP Power Rangers because like it took like a league of Power Rangers to fucking beat him. Like,
No, when it was green. When he was the Green Ranger, there's a alternate universe. Him literally killed all the Power Rangers and then took over the world.
right?
Yeah.
Because they all work on different grids and shit. Like I was like I like to listen to lore videos while I'm like working because I just like to listen to someone talk. I guess it's like body doubling in a way. But
Yep.
I was listening to the lore of it, and it's like apparently the way the Power Ranger system works is it's like layers of grids, right? And only a certain number of Power Rangers can be on each grid because it has a certain amount of power, right? And this nigga was just taking over people and taking their shit, so he had all the grids, and I was like, damn.
He was just going from grid to grid and destroying all the Power Rangers. I only asked because I just watched the Power Ranger movie, the 2017 one. I really enjoyed it. I was so sad
You know,
that
I think it got a lot of flack. I didn't. I liked it. I actually liked it. I think it was overtly critical for where movies of that stature was. You know, like when we're trying to take these concepts that are larger than life and we're starting to get into more CGI, starting to get into more bodily acting with CGI, right? And for what it was, I think it was good.
I liked it.
As he would say, I give it like a 3 out of 5.
I think I liked it as what it was. It was an origin. Like I liked learning the origin of all the Power Rangers. I was even talking to Chris. The only Power Rangers like origin or like struggle that I didn't like in that movie was Kimberly's, and that's because it was like I was a bully and I feel bad, and so I'm a horrible person. Well, you did a bad thing. You and I get that you feel bad, but you get no sympathy over here. Like they don't want to be my friend anymore because I showed her nudes to other people and I got in trouble. Sad.
Kind of crazy.
Well, ma'am. So I didn't like her storyline, but everybody else's storyline was really good. I mean, on the spectrum, Billy, your typical Red Ranger shit. Like, I'm the Team Dream, but I can't live up to my dad's expectations because I don't want to be what my dad wants me to be. Fine, I let that one slide. But we can't have two of those.
I don't want to play basketball anymore. I want to sing.
Yeah, I can't have two storylines like that.
You can do both. You're going D1. No.
And then like the Zach character, he was taking care of his sick mom. That's why he wasn't in school and stuff. And then the Trini, she was.
We ain't gotta get into it too much, bro.
Gay, but anyway, I'm just saying I enjoyed it. I think they had us one, it would have been more like action-y, which would have been cool. And they would have introduced Tommy, which would have been nice.
We gonna wrap this one up. He, you got something to say?
On Power Rangers or whatever the original
The movie,
topic
because
was.
you like were squinting your face, but
Yeah, you made a
top.
face.
If you ain't got something, then just go on with the topic. But you squinted your face like, nah, I hated that movie.
Oh no, I'm watching it right now because I had no idea what we were talking about, but I remember now.
Mm.
Oh.
It was decent, but if you haven't seen it, it's cool. You got anything else you want to share with the first?
No, I think I seen it. I mean, I don't really count it, but Big O was also in there, you know. I don't know what the hell Big O is about.
I can't.
Truly.
I know the
I
anime,
truly-
but I can't remember.
All I know is that it was on Toonami a lot, and then I would be like, Kinda.
Oh,
Every time I
confused.
hear Big O, I think about
like I see it.
Megas
and
XLR for some reason.
Like,
I don't know
remember
why.
it, but don't tell me what happened. I couldn't tell
Oh,
you.
the only thing I remember in spoiler is that there was like the last couple episodes. One of them was like in a tiny jetpack or something, trying to go up to the sky, and they reached the top, and there were lights. So it's like, oh, your whole town is fake. Like that's crazy.
That's actually
But
nuts.
I have no context of what that even meant. I'm just like, oh, that's interesting.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that
Great
That's
topic,
just about
guys.
all my first. I mean, I had my. What was my first ecchi anime?
Greg put me on my
Dragon
first
Ball.
ecchi. It
Dragon
was
Ball.
What
Kill
was
la
it?
Kill.
That's an
Not Dragon
ecchi.
Ball.
Kill la Kill is an
Dragon
ecchi.
Ball is horny as fuck.
Dragon
Kill
Ball. No,
la
Dragon Ball is
Kill?
horny as fuck.
Kill la Kill.
It's not that
Where
horny.
Yeah,
we
Kill la
literally
Kill's
have
horny as
nude
fuck.
beach.
They're not horny.
Yeah.
They're just naked. You ain't never been around nudists?
No,
Kill la Kill's horny as fuck.
it's horny as fuck.
Dude, I think
I
you
would-
missed the message of the show that, like, you know, human nudity is normal.
Not when they slapping thongs on kids' butts. I got it.
Technically, she was a zombie. 'Cause she definitely was dead earlier in the show.
Think
She did die.
Her mom was
think it-
fucked up for that, too, by the way.
She just
Oh,
threw it
baby
out.
didn't
She was
work.
like-
Eh. Damn, bitch.
Oh,
She said, yeet. Goddamn. That shit crazy.
Oh, that's funny.
But I'm trying to remember what it was now. I'm kind of curious. I want to
About-
say what my first ecchi anime
Dragon
was.
Ball. I'm just kidding.
No, because I didn't really watch Dragon Ball like that. I watched Dragon Ball later in my life because bad animation or like lower scale animation, so I had to go back and watch it because it's one of the greats. But like,
I got you. Well, for me at least, it was either Girls Bravo or Heaven's Lost Property.
Heaven's
watch
Lost
both
Property,
now.
I did watch
Good.
earlier. I think I'm gonna go with High School of the Dead though. That's the one I can remember the most vividly of being like,
That's
oh my
like-
gosh,
That's high school. That's high school for sure.
that's middle school, bro.
Nah, that's high school.
That's crazy, bro.
Where?
That's high school.
Let's see when High School of the Dead came out. Know what? I'm lying. Rosario Vampire. I remember that vividly.
Whoa.
Yo, High
That's
School of the
the
Dead
one-
came out in 2010, bro. Middle school.
Uh,
I'm a gooner. Nah, but let's see. Let's see
I'm a
when
gooner.
Rosario Vampire. It was Rosario Vampire actually. I'm lying. And I remember because my homie, this was craziest thing how I found Rosario Vampire. Rosario Vampire was at the goddamn book sale, bro. The one that come to schools and you can get
Yeah.
manga and shit.
What's
It was
called?
in
What's
the
it
lineup.
called?
yeah.
What are they called? What's it called?
Well,
Rosario
Classy Fair.
Vampire as a show, or as a month. It was a monthly Shonen Jump, then a weekly Shonen Jump. 2004 for monthly, 2007 for weekly, and the show came out.
Oh, right. This is when the boy goes to the school
Mm-hmm.
with all the girls.
I think in like 2000.
A regular boy goes to the school with the monster girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ones where I was
2008.
Like, are they,
Yep,
like,
this was my first one. 2008. First ecchi.
Okay.
Rosario Vampire. It's cute because it's a romance story, but it also gets some action later on. They don't show the action. They show the action is more of comedy in the show, But in the manga, no, that nigga starts getting active because he actually eventually becomes a monster because he like high-key dies. But the girl gives him some vampire blood to revive him. So he doesn't become a vampire. When you're human that gets vampire in this world, you become like technically their slave, but they were already in love. But like he became a ghoul.
Oh.
So he has a fraction of his master's power. And like he ends up like learning how to box. He ends up going against her dad. Like nigga was getting active. Like, and he was a bitch at first because he had all these super powered women around him that would protect him, but also wanted to be with him because they fuck with him and he's a nice guy. But eventually that nigga started getting active and I was like, yeah, that's my kind of edgy. Niggas getting active and bitches want you, and that's why I fuck with High School DxD. Because that nigga gets active.
I guess everybody has their kinks.
Niggas getting active is not a kink, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yours is worse.
Yeah.
Always remember that.
You're not going to try and, like, get rid of this smut stain you just put on yourself.
I know. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Gooner. Yuck. That's you.
I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad, though.
No, there are women that are worse.
Pass.
No,
Yeah,
this too shall not pass. This is you. This is a core part of you.
This will be like probably by like April, I'll be like, I'm a thug again.
By DreamCon, I promise you, I'm gonna be able to bring up like, yo, you read that new Yakuza? You're like, yo, I did.
I wrote it.
That's an evolution. I don't think she's that level of gooner, but goddamn.
I'm not that level of gooner because I can't do art, so I can't write it.
You don't have to draw it. You can just write a story. That's what Wattpad stories came from, bro.
I'm okay.
But that was I'm glad I was able to remember that. Damn. Rosario Vampire, man. Brings back my youth. An embarrassing story about that. Gonna go on a tangent. It's really quick. Yeah. I showed my homeboy, shout out my boy Von Trail. I introduced him to anime, right? However, he was like, yo, like, these bitches be bad. I'm like, these bitches be bad, you say? You want to see some bad bitches, bro? And like, yeah. So like,
that is exactly what you showed him, right?
So so look, here's the story of my homie Von Trail, right? Shout out you though, because he shouts out the pod all the time. Back when we went to the same like elementary school, his mom worked for the school, but she had to work late. So my dad, we lived around the corner. She was like, yo, he can come over to the crib, do his homework, chill with us for a bit, and then bing, bang, boom, you just pick him up from the crib. Cool. Mm-hmm. One of the days, I was like, I want to watch some anime. He's like, yo, this stuff's really cool. Like, you know any other ones? Because, like, we finished all the ones that was, like, on demand. And, like, you got any other ones? Like, yo, here's some other ones. Here's a list. He's like, yo, you got some, like, other ones? These bitches bad. I'm like, I got some other ones. I was like, yo, you can't be telling people I'm watching this though.
Gooners.
I was
the nation of gooners. This is how the nation.
This is how gooners are made. I was like, yo, you can't tell nobody I showed you this for real, because people gonna think I'm weird. But like, yeah, I know some other ones, and I showed him Rosario Vampire. He's like, yo, this shit kind of lit. I'm like, ain't it? Ain't this shit kind of lit? Tell me why 2 months later, this nigga like, yo, you remember that thing you showed me, Greg? I'm like, no, please, I don't remember. Don't talk about it, please. No. And then the nigga was like, you be watching that Gooner content, huh? And then the homeboy that showed me the manga didn't know it was a show and tried to turn on me. He was like, damn, you be watching that? I'm like, you read it. I know it because of you. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like, you bastard, you're able to hide the evidence. And I'm already on trial.
Speaking of trial, here's my transition. Just kidding. It's not actually a terrible transition.
It's not, considering we were going to talk about one. But yeah, go ahead. What you guys say?
Yeah.
No, I was leading into your news topic, the one you wanted.
Oh, so we're done? Cool. If no one has anything else to say, speaking of trial, that's not as joyful as I wanted. I don't know why I took her transition. That's a terrible transition because this is not.
It's not that great.
So we're going into a sad topic now because we're going into the news, and I feel as if we have a specific obligation as a Be Minority podcast. However, as D9 individuals, I myself am a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. My sister Alpha Kappa Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and my friend Heed.
Sorority Incorporated.
I'm sorry, I said fraternity. I am so sorry. Sorority Incorporated. And
Thank
then my
you.
brother down there, Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. You feel me? Um, as members of the D9, I feel it's necessary that we talk about this topic. Caleb Wilson. He is the young man from Southern University who was online pledging to become an Omega, and unfortunately, he died. What's believed to be, well, now it's kind of coming up and coming out more and more each day, but was through hazing rituals. And the general consensus, general information that's come out so far that we know is that it was him in his line. They were at a flooring warehouse, I believe, where they were receiving many punches to the chest, and after a few of them, he collapsed and eventually was taken to the hospital where he did pass. So I wanted to bring the topic up. Well, first, let's give him a moment of silence, specifically because this is a very unfortunate situation that shouldn't be the case for anybody who wants to join any of these organizations. So, moment of silence for Caleb Wilson. Okay. That being said, um, as individuals and part of these organizations, I'll speak first on it. I think it's really sad when shit like this happens. I'm gonna get the somber stuff out of the way. Um, it's terrible. People should not be getting hurt or dying to be a part of these, especially to this extent. I understand seeing the people who want it. I understand that like a weeding out process. However, it doesn't ever have to be this extreme. I think it exposes a lot about not only the organizations but some of the people that are in the organizations. Um, there's no justification for harming someone to this level that you say you want to be your brother. And it's in a way sick and very barbaric and really sad. I have some other points I'm gonna go to, but I just want you guys to be able to get your pieces out about it being individuals a part of the D9 as well.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't think anything should ever get to a point. Like, you shouldn't have to do anything physical to weed people out to see if they really want it. I understand, like, we all want to protect our organizations and make sure that people who really want to be here to do the work are here and
Right.
not just for the letters and, the stuff that comes with the letters, because there's a responsibility that's behind having these letters. But I don't ever think it should be something that is physical, that weeds out the person. And I don't understand how you could do something like that and then turn around, a month, 2 months later and be like, "Oh, you my homie, dap me up. I love you so much." Like, you da 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 da. Nah, nigga, box me now.
It's big fuck yous in the chat.
But so it's just like, I could never understand that. Like, this did not happen in Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. This happened with my other fraternity. um I actually did I approached my dean saying, like, "Look, I'm here to do the work, I'm here to join the organization, but one thing we won't do is box me, because I will fight you and say F these letters right now." I was like, "I don't do that. Like, I'm not bred that way." And you can say, "Oh, we gotta, you break them to build them back up," but there's ways to break them, build them back up without you ever having to put your hands on me. Because if you put your hands on me, I'm put my hands on you, and that's just how that goes. So, but of course, once I said something, we got to a mutual understanding, and it never got anywhere where it was like hazing or uncomfortable. But it's just, it saddens me that they felt like they couldn't even say, like, "Yo, nah, that's too far. Like, I want this, but what you're doing is too far." So,
Heat.
I mean, yeah, it's a sad situation. Hurt people, and they typically remember um what pain they felt or whatever happened to them. They will like reciprocate to someone else, but sometimes your memory plays tricks on you. So it might have not been as bad as you remember, or maybe it was. I don't know, but at a certain point you should be able to realize the situation and say, hey, like maybe this is a stopping point. Like we've done enough. Like let's not keep pushing this button.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you the definition of hazing, and I'm gonna get into some other topics. This is gonna be the more conversational portion of it. What do you think should be done? What do you think can be done? What do you think are better ways of going about this? Maybe a joke or two. So I'm letting you guys know before we get into this. This is where we kind of lighten it up.
We about to have fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have.
We can't be.
Wow, saying we're gonna have fun with this topic is crazy. But we're gonna discuss it, right? And if some jokes come out, that's my coping mechanism, is to make jokes about hard things because it brings light to the harder situations. But my point is, I'm gonna give the definition of hazing, right? Hazing is defined as an activity that humiliates, degrades, or endangers someone as part of a joining or participating in a group, right? Hazing can be mental, or physical, and it can happen whether someone wants to or not participate, right? That being said, remember how you said you break people down to build them up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a question I had to Joy, I was like, so when is it hazing and not conditioning, right? Because one thing I know, and I'm not saying what they were doing was conditioning in any way. I don't want that to be confused. But let's say, like, we all need to know our information, right? Whether it be about the other parts of the Divine Nine or your own sector, right? You need to know that shit inside and out. Period, point blank. You had a show, right? Where you guys... A probate, yes. You guys had a probate where you came out, spit your information, gave your respects to everybody, strolled a little bit, all that, right?
Yeah.
To me, right, if I'm a dean and I know these niggas got to do that in, what is it? You got like barely 2 months to do it, less than 2 months most of the time.
Depends, yeah.
Yeah, but less than 2 months most of the time, and you're in school if you're undergrad. I'm conditioning the fuck out of these niggas. Like, you get something wrong, we running laps, we doing push-ups. Because, and I'm not saying I have done this or would do this particularly, but I'm saying conditioning-wise, I know that you need to be able to do this on a high level while also performing and remembering. Doing this under pressure. You need to be able to spit. I'm not doing this to punish you, I'm doing this to prepare you. And the example I was going to give is because I went through a summer program. Some might considering what we did in the summer program hazing before college, but I consider it conditioning. And I consider conditioning being outside of the program and participating in the program after the fact. Being that during that program, we had boatloads of homework. It was the summertime. None of the homework even fucking mattered. We didn't even really get scores or anything other than the placement test that we had to take at the end. We got 500 question packet homeworks. We had to write reports. We had to do research on black characters in history throughout media and all that stuff. And write them in 2 days or less, right? We were staying up for 24 to 48 hours straight. And, like, they were doing things to keep us up for 20 to 40 hours. And, like, it wasn't even, like, throwing cold water in your face. It would be like, oh, you're going to do math homework, and then we're going to go here and do this, and then we're going to do this activity that involves physical moving around. Then you're going to have lunch, so you're going to do this and this and this. And we were up. I remember we called it sunrises, and that's how common it got to us. We stayed up for 48 hours straight. Some people were falling asleep standing up. Some people were exhausted. We had packets due. We had homeworks due. Some people didn't do the homework. Some other people did do the homework. You had to make decisions on if you were going to go to sleep or if you were going to eat or if you were going to shower. Some people did both. Some people did all at once. Some people just would do none of them.
Eating in the shower is crazy. It's crazy work. I mean, it makes sense. I get it. You can save time.
Right.
That's eating in the bathroom period is crazy work.
Yo, I was that nigga eating in the shower. I'm not gonna lie, it's me. I did it. I was the one eating in the shower. I went to Chick-fil-A. I got me a sandwich and some nuggets. I was like, I got 2 hours until we gotta be back at this bitch. I got in the showered while eating my nuggets, lotion, went right to sleep, nigga. Didn't waste a second. But my point is, like, some people be like, yo, they're depriving you guys of sleep. They're making you do this. They're doing this. My first year of college, when we had my first, second, and third year of college, we had finals coming up. Me and all the people that went through that program easily stayed up for 2 days straight. No questions asked. Didn't complain. Nothing. Our friends that were studying with us, they could stay up for maybe 24 hours and then would have to go to sleep and then come back and meet us. And we'd already gotten a significant portion of work done or made a breakthrough. And that was consistent. And it was like, maybe there was some merit to this conditioning preparing us for this specific task, right? That at the time seemed a little harsh, but in reality got us ready for what the world was going to have for us. Now, it could be argued that maybe we should have studied better so we didn't have to stay up for 24 to 48 hours. But we were also in engineering and overthinkers and panickers. So, like, we had prop stat.
After that,
Yeah.
I was an architect major, and I still had to stay. Like, for my thesis, I stayed up for a week straight. I stayed up for 7 whole days with, like, I'm talking like an hour nap. Like, all right, oh, somebody's going to make a food run. That means everybody else and that person doesn't get to sleep because they're doing the food run.
Yep.
Like, it was like that. So, like, you can always say study harder if you worked earlier and did more. Like, sometimes
even the here's the thing, even the prepared people like Prince were there. Like, Prince is one of the biggest workaholics I fucking know, and he was prepared for everything. But guess what? He was still there getting ready for this shit. So, like, to me, going back to the original point, for some of these things, I understand conditioning. I understand, like, a pledge process where it's hard and you need to maybe have disciplinary aspects of it. Hey, you got this fact wrong. I need 10 push-ups. Like, however, when it gets to a point that someone's being harmed or someone's throwing up or they're bleeding or they're, like, passing out, that's where you've obviously gone too far. Like you said, there's a point where you can recognize some shit is too much.
Yeah.
Like, indeed.
That was just my thought. Some podcasts were talking about it, and some people said this is where you really get to find out the people that were, like, the most hurt over their process or the biggest losers who just want to hurt somebody because they were hurt. Because that tends to be the people that apparently come back and do the worst.
Yeah. All I gotta say is y'all gotta chill out. These dudes is killing me, and my dudes is.
You cut
like legal fees is crazy.
But that's how they explained it. Like, when I came in, they were like, "Look, dues are high. Why are dues high? Because we have legal fees because of hazing, and that's why we have to make sure and we push that we're a non-hazing organization. That if you do haze, like, disciplinary
words are hard.
Disciplinary action will be taken, whether that's suspension, expulsion from the sorority, whatever that may be. But, like, they made it real. They, like, spelled it out. They was like, this is what most of your money goes at this point. Like,
that's kind of crazy.
Because a lot of your money is going to that means you also, when it comes to doing, like, actual community service, what we're here to do, like, you're coming out of pocket instead of, like, oh, I paid my dues. We can take from the sorority budget. And the sorority's like, nah, we gotta pay this lawyer that we got on retainer because y'all wilding.
Pay them lawyer fees.
So,
and I think a lot of people forget what the fraternities and sororities were there for, like the OG reasons, not only to create wealth and prosperity in the Black communities, especially when there were other fraternities and sororities and secret societies that were heavily against us or not allowing us in, and we decided to create our own space and our own table. But also, like I said, just giving back to the Black community. That's what a lot of these community sororities and fraternities do. And I think one of the biggest issues I have is that, like, niggas will do this or go through all this and don't participate. You know, service is, like, one of the hugest parts of all of these fraternities and sororities, and niggas just get it to wear the letters. And I get it. Some niggas want to be cool. Some niggas survive a weed out process just to be a letter wearer. But, like, the reason niggas join these should be to give back at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's crazy. It I don't know. I feel like it's crazy. Like, you did all this work. Like, no, like, even if, like, pledge your paper, like, you did all this work to learn it. You paid all this money to be in it, and then you're just like, here and whatever.
I got my jacket.
I can go to the parties.
I mean, some people, due to their process, they kind of, distance themselves from their perpetrators.
Hell, not even the process, just undergrad, from what I hear from the people I know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, because of what happened while they were trying to become a part of this org, once they were done, it's like, I don't really associate with these people like that after what happened.
Like what Diva said.
Like, fake. Yeah. But, and then, some people, they just, like you said, do it for the letters. You got people walking around campus and they didn't even know that somebody was on their line. You know, like it's just there for the letters so they could get the networking benefits or etc. Or just
Some of these lines be long as fuck. To be real with you, I'm not gonna lie.
Mine.
Just to be cool. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, there's something wrong with it, but like I can't be mad about it.
No,
Yeah, I feel
it was a lot of us.
Look,
I mean, looking back, like when people are like, "Oh, you know everybody," actually, which is wild to think I know 170 other women. Like
I barely
by
know
name,
the
by
10
face.
that I
In
was
March?
online with, nigga.
That's wild to you?
like when I think about it, I'd be like, "Dang, I do." Like we have like some type of relationship, but I just be like, but like when I used to think about it beforehand, I'd be like, how am I know all of them? Too many of them. It also made it easy because I had blue hair, so everybody knew who I was and would always come to me because I stuck
That
out.
must have been a
So I'd
point
be
of
like, all right.
contention.
Actually it was. It was difficult. Shout out to my now president. Like she really reached out to make me feel welcome because there were a lot of like just unnecessary, like it was real childish because I'm like, all right, we all
That's my biggest
did
gripe with some of
chapter.
these fraternities, right? Mine, they pretty adult. My chapter pretty adult. I'm not gonna lie to you. But like I've heard things where it's like, y'all too grown to be acting like this, bro. Like
You'd be surprised.
why are
Yeah.
y'all so
But
childish in these damn
Surprised.
meetings?
yeah, I did have somebody approach me and like ask me to dye my hair a different color. And like
How about you
and at
suck my
first,
dick from the back?
like at first she made it seem like
That's hazing.
We're not online no more. This is an adult.
Hazing doesn't have to be online.
This is an adult talking to adults. Suck my dick.
That's so hazing.
I wasn't online. It's still hazing, but I wasn't on. I had already crossed
It's not
it.
hazing because you're not trying to join a group unless it's Dick Suckers of America. God damn it.
But she basically was like, she made it seem like she was from. And she was like, well, what do you do? And I was like, I'm an architect. I work in I work in an office, but I work in a very artsy office. It's very promoted of being artsy and being free and that kind of stuff. So my appearance is a plus for me. It gets clients. It makes it very easy for a client to come up to me and be like, I trust your design. And I'd be like, I know. Because
I just gotta dye my hair and get an architect job, but say
that's it. That's it. They'll trust you.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't. There's no money. There's no money. Don't do it.
I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the laws.
And I think the thing that made me upset the most was like, okay, it felt like at first it was genuine, but then later, like as we were talking more, she was like, oh, but you could do, your hair could be pink or your hair could be green. And I was like, I thought this was about me being professional. Like, which one is it? Is it just me being professional or is it the color?
Ironically, you dye your hair pink all the time.
Yeah, now I'm pink, but that's not even because of her or because of the that
better not be
color that I wanted. I'm going back. Actually, I will be pink until probably the end of the year, but after the wedding, I'm going back to blue because I have really liked the blue. Like the blue I like the most. I probably could go blue right now because it's really blue.
Super Saiyan blue?
More like royal blue. Like,
that blue.
I'm tough.
It's right there.
Yeah, like that blue.
Yeah. For those who might not know why some people get into hazing or why some fraternities or sororities haze, trauma bonding. That's the simplest answer. Human shared experience. We all want to be connected, and the best way to connect is through trauma. Once you have a mutually shared experience that you can go up to someone and they instantly understand, it doesn't matter what it is. Like niggas in the military is the best example. They go through hazing. They go through hazing.
People who have horrible. We've talked about the what's that? The podcast that's a show. We talked about it like last episode, maybe 2 episodes ago. Tonight's conversation.
Right.
Yes.
And someone asked Ace Metaphor why he stayed, knowing what's going on, and they asked
it wasn't Ace Metaphor. They didn't ask him. It's his show, by the way.
Not Ace Metaphor. Yeah, not him. I'm thinking Keita Rose. That's what they asked. They asked her why she stayed, and she was like,
"You mean?"
Yeah,
Trip Fontaine.
Yeah, Trip Fontaine. There it is. See, you got the names. I don't know everybody's name. I don't watch the show. But they asked them, and they both basically said similar things. Like, I like the people I work with. Like, yeah, the working condition great and then somewhere somewhat sucked. But like the people I worked with, we were cool, we were close, we were tight, so we made it work. And so like I get it because like in offices you have that too where people don't leave a job because it's like, oh, people I work with, the job sucks, the manager sucks, but like these people who are on the ground with me, they all cool and we're all in this together. One, no.
No. But yeah, that's a simple basic reason as to why like some people still join these things, and like you hear about it, you know about it, and why some people go through it because and why they do it. It's because it essentially makes zealots for the organization, people who are going to stand on business, who are going to fight for it, who are going to rep it at every turn, because otherwise, I mean, which you did all for nothing otherwise, you know? So some people, that's why they do it for the most part. Mm-hmm.
Did it for the love of the game.
On the gang shit. But that's all I really got to say on the situation. Anybody else got something to say?
Nope. Just don't Ace.
Cool. The other thing, so there was another sad piece of news. Yeah.
Damn.
Valkyrie, Cena, and Imaru, they were followed and threatened. Like the guy threatened to kill them. It was charging at them during their live stream. It was a sister-a-thon. Yeah, they were out at like a pier or carnival or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like they were just walking around and someone was stream sniping them and found them and was like trying to ask them could he talk to them and and they were like, no, we're just gonna go this way, and he's like, man, you gonna ignore me, and like basically like yelled on stream, I'm gonna kill you. First off,
that's
y'all
so
camera
scary.
people and y'all security suck ass because he was getting way too close and the cameraman was just focusing on them. He need to put that camera down and beat the dog shit out of him. I don't care what you look like. What the fuck?
I mean,
that's a problem.
There was levels to escalation, and even then, like they were calling for the security when
they were being very lax about like helping them, which was bothering me. But
I mean,
it was
they're not
situation.
like they're streamers. They're not like super famous. They don't walk around with a ton of security. And it's
no,
like,
you're right.
I don't think they were super threatened. I mean, yes, they were threatened. Yes, it was a terrible situation, but just from like the whole segment of he was trying to hit on, I think the one his name I don't know, not Ray, not Senna, the other one,
Imaru.
Yeah, he was trying to hit on Imaru. She was trying to turn him down nicely. He couldn't take the hints, so then he started following them. Then he was getting mad that they weren't giving him attention, and then he like tried to jump at them and was like, "I'm gonna kill you." But they weren't showing him because I don't think he was like, I think he was just like, weird, awkward name. He who shall not be named kind of humor. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill you. Like
that was a
people are so
that was
weird.
a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, and I think.
Wait, is it who I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Damn.
My camera's lagging, and I don't know why.
Big time, Jesus Christ.
Big time.
Hold up.
The point is, I mean, they're pretty nice girls. They're calm, so that probably doesn't happen to them too often to the point where they just have like an immediate reaction. And they were at a carnival, and obviously it looked pretty empty. I don't know if they had it rented out or if that was just a regular day. So when they would call up for security, they were just like, "Huh, what? Like, oh, streamers, fuck, whatever." But
I think that the bigger
People
part
are
of the
weird.
issue came up with like how many women say like one, they don't feel safe in a lot of spaces, and female streamers talk about how much they're harassed in like them online. So them doing something outside of online and then being harassed worse is like, damn, you can't go nowhere. I don't know. It was really sad to see either way. Like they should be able to go out, have their streamathon, and have fun. I mean, I think it happens almost every time big streamers go out. Like some weirdo either charges them or tries to touch them or some shit. Cause that fucking happened to Speed.
That's so
When the niggas jumped in his car, jumped on the hood of his car.
I get people like I get being excited to see people that you like watch on stream, follow the interwebs, but let's remember that they are still people, and they are just trying to be normal as their whatever their normal is. So don't be weird. Like don't do that.
I just thought
Like,
about it. When we
like,
get
I
to that
saw-
level, don't run up on Diva. She gonna beat the fuck out you, bro. Like I wouldn't even be like, I wouldn't even flinch. Like I would just be thinking, damn, the story that's gonna come out about us. Ooh, shit.
Because I don't want to be that kind of person, but I don't, and like I'm really saying this, like, just please don't. I'm not mean. Like I'll say hi, I'll cheese, take a picture, or
She'll hug
whatever.
you if you
Like
ask nicely, but don't run up and be like, "I want to
I won't
touch
hug
you."
I don't want.
Bah,
I
bah,
won't
bah,
hug you.
bah.
I'm sorry. I'm weird about touching, so don't hug me. Um,
You be hugging the hose. I seen it.
never. You ain't never seen it.
I bet you
Ooh.
money if I go back to one of our DreamCon episodes or DreamCon interviews, you definitely hugged one of the people you interviewed.
I didn't hug
Are
nobody.
you calling
I
them
don't
a
hug.
hoe? That's crazy.
I'm saying hose is a general term.
I don't hug people.
You mean a term of
I don't hug
endearment?
you. I don't even hug you.
Just general. That's a lie. You hug me all the time.
Okay, you I do hug.
There
I
you
don't
go.
hug Heat.
I mean, I don't like being touched. People don't know that.
That's weird
okay,
because
Heat.
you
I don't-
touch so many
I don't
people.
like-
You
I
touch
don't
me
like
all the
being touched
time. That means you
either,
like
Heat.
me.
Hearsay? I don't know the right word for it, but hearsay fit the best there.
It felt right. No, it felt right to me too, Heat. I liked it.
Don't pretend like we don't be holding hands.
Objection, Your Honor.
He be holding my hand. We be swinging it down the street, just
I
skipping,
requested the note
happy.
taker. I requested the note taker strike that from the record, Your Honor.
Sustained. We go. Strike that from the record.
But
Oh my
yeah,
God, so
when it
funny.
comes to the streamer thing, like I used to watch Duke Dennis's little trips when he be just going some random city doing something, and like I always thought it was funny because in his streams, like people don't really call it out, but I'm like, that man's harassed all the time. Like women come up to him and touch him, like
There's
you touch him.
there is
Makes my
a
skin crawl thinking of that.
compilation. I think I might have sent it to you. It was like a TikTok, and it was like a chick, some chick he met, and like she was calling him or texting him. She's like, "Yeah, I just broke up with my nigga. Now come eat this." And he's like, "No, thank you." She's like, "Fuck you, mean no, thank you." I'm like, "That's harassment." He's like laughing. He's like laughing it off, but he's like, you can visibly tell he's a little uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah, like if you watch some of those videos he does, like obviously he's older, so he understands how to deal with people. He was in the military and he's from the hood, so he understands how to move around people.
yeah.
But a lot of times, like he's visibly like not trying to be in this situation, and people are taking a hint. But he smiles, laughs it off, and polite about it. Or he'd be like, "Yo," and then my favorite part is when like somebody is so excited to see him and they run up, and his security be like, "Hey," and he's like, "It's cool, it's cool." Like he already assessed that they weren't a threat, so you ain't got to step in.
Right. That's so
So like, stay
sweet.
close.
but stay close.
Yeah, be ready,
Um,
but don't
Like,
don't
and that's
throw
my
him.
thing. Like, I get being excited. I just wish that people would like understand. Like, these are still people.
I don't know, man. Like I get it, but I don't.
Yeah.
Because
like
if,
I don't.
like if Rihanna type people was standing right in front of me, like I can't. I'm not saying I'm gonna attack nobody, but like
I would still be. I don't know. I don't
Look.
want to say meek or shy. I would be modest still.
I-
I still would be like, hi, how are you? I may be like, oh my god, hi, how are you? But I wouldn't be, let me touch your face. No.
Will this ruin my chances of meeting this person? Probably, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I'm an honest gooner. I would drink Megan Thee Stallion's bathwater after a fresh workout, but I'm not gonna attack the woman if I see her in person.
Agreed. We are all in agreement.
I'm not in agreement. No.
You drink the bathwater and attack her? Goddamn, nigga,
Right.
calm
No.
down.
No, I
like,
wouldn't attack
yeah,
her.
that's how I feel. Like there are people who I would like. Meg could do anything she wants. Anything. I don't care. Yes.
Or
yes.
she spit on you.
Sure.
My initial
I
thought.
don't know. What do you want from me? Yes, do it.
Wait a minute.
But like I wouldn't.
And that's
run
a see,
from
and this is what I'm gonna put in your mentality video.
her. Don't put this in. Don't put that in there.
That's in there.
Nah, you set yourself up for that.
You
one.
set yourself
What you want
up.
me to say? Is crazy. Like that was so
It was out
crazy.
there. I didn't think it was that far out there.
Nah,
Go ahead and write that on your clip
was
notes. It's at hour and 20 minutes.
that was a pure instinctive response because
It
there was no
was.
pause.
It was an instinct
So it's like
response.
that's what you thought.
That was the first thought in your head. Just boop boop.
Anyway, but I wouldn't attack her. All I have to say, I wouldn't attack her.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's sadly we live in an age of technology, and it's like a lot of people have what you call it.
But that's my other thing. Like, you
What's that
wouldn't.
dependency
I
called?
don't like when
I
people.
don't know.
Oh, what is that? I know what you're talking about. Where you live through other people. Like,
Vicarious, living
like
vicariously
No.
through them.
no, it's like not just
Specific with like famous
vicariously.
people.
It's like when you make a relationship with, but you don't really know them.
Oh, you're already looking it up. I don't have to. Um,
But I
I'm.
was saying,
I know what
go
you're
ahead.
talking about though. Like you form a
Yeah.
connection without ever actually knowing the person, just based off of the ideas you have them. Yeah. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. I understand loving a person who's done something for you that they don't know that they've done for you just by being themselves. But I've never understood the passing out, the crying, the attacking, like because I just love you so much. I've always been, I guess, a composed person. So like, even if I like, we all know TBH is one of like the people I want to meet, I want to interview super bad, right? Even if I were to meet him or talk to him, I'd be a little giddy, but I'm not going to like freak out. I'm not.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
But
why
that's my
people
other
talk to
thing.
me at these cons, bro.
Because you be chill.
I be chill as fuck. Well, yo, I'm part of this
My other
podcast.
thing
Big
is
fan.
like, especially for like streamers, like the IRL, like the streamers who like go out in like real time and just do stuff, or like they do like one of the 24-hour streams. So you're just watching them like at the grocery store. Like for you to go and find them is weird to me. Like I
Yo,
get
we're
it
about to
if
go
you
to
bumped
Publix
into
for a
them.
sandwich, and then you waiting there, sandwich in hand. Heard you. Heard you was going to Publix.
Yeah, like that to me is weird. Like I get it. Like if you are already in Publix, that's cool. But like if you ran to the Publix to get there because you knew he was going, that's weird.
I got a confession.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
The
God.
worst one. No, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as Divas. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not that bad. It's a confession in the sense of like, oh, I can remember a time where I was like hype about something like this, and that was meeting Rab. Because remember, me and Rab was texting all day, like, yo, we gonna be at this party, right? And he texted me like, yo, I'm gonna come there, and I was like kind of waiting on him for like at least half an hour probably. Because we was partying, but he told me he was on his way. I know where he was coming from. He was coming from dinner. But I know he was coming from. He told me, I'll meet you there. Cool. So I'm waiting. And I'm excited because I'm like, cool, I get to meet this person I like, who I think is funny as shit, who's a great content creator. And I'm going to have a great weekend. And then we end up seeing that nigga all weekend. It was great. Rab's great. Shout out to you, Rab.
Shout out to Rap.
Shout out to Rap.
So petty.
If you was a DJ, I'd be like, here's an ad lib for you. Add a little echo at the end of that. So petty.
Petty.
Yeah, you know.
have
That's
one.
enough of that. Wait, I'm not done. I got one that you're gonna love, hate.
Oh, let's hear it.
It's because of how I wrote it. So
Okay.
the Tiana show is getting canceled. It got canned. It's
I
not
know.
getting made. However,
know.
they are making Frozen 3 and 4 and a Tangled remake. Get the fuck out of here, white people. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are y'all doing this?
I'm not opposed to a Tangle remake. What do we need to remake Tangle for? Tangle's
And
fine.
that's why I said let's leave it alone. That didn't come out that long ago that it needs to be remade. That
Tangle
movie is fine.
And Tangle is like I hate to say surprisingly, it is
No, it's surprisingly
like-
good because I didn't expect them to make Rapunzel be interesting. Let's be real.
yeah. Like Rapunzel's story is not interesting, but Tangled is interesting. Is like it's so cool. Like it's such a great love story.
And she control her hair.
Her hair
can't
heals people.
Control it. It heals people.
And
But
when
I'm like,
she
can't
sings,
she move it?
No,
No, she can't. Like she can whip it.
she uses it to whip a lot, but like then they like
Yeah.
braid it up. But like her hair, it can.
But she
It
can't,
was a
like-
healing
yeah, it's
flower,
not
so it can
like-
heal
she
people.
can't be like. She can't do that stuff.
She's a bad bitch
Uh,
without the magic.
Yeah,
His camera froze again.
it did it again.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did because your bat without the magic just happened.
Oh, yikes! It's because my
It caught up.
connection. What is
It
you
caught up.
doing
It caught
down
up.
there? I know, but I see my connection is already bugging. But I was saying she a
Random?
bad bitch without the hair.
Yeah, she
Hair
is bad
social.
without the hair. Cause she. But that's my thing. Like that movie doesn't need a remake, and we don't need a Frozen 3 or 4. Like, not that I didn't like Frozen 2. The songs aren't as good as the first one, but the story of Frozen 2 is
It's done.
good. I think
The
saying,
story is done. Like, now I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
we don't need a third or fourth. Give me my black-centered show, damn it.
Yeah. Let me see what Tiana's doing in her restaurant.
Let me see her restaurant. Let me see them almost file for bankruptcy. Then through the power of Swamp Magic song and great beignets, she makes it out that shit. I want to see that.
I want to see what she's gonna do for the health inspector to stay open.
That's gonna get made either way. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't want to see
What
that.
you gonna do
But-
to get this pass, baby girl?
But like, and then that's my thing. Like, Disney has so many stories in the tuck that we could just start to explore. We don't gotta do this. Remake. Give me a Treasure Planet remake. How about that? How about that, Disney?
You're speaking too much facts. Are gonna start coming for us now. Stop it.
I know.
If they ever say
Leave it
they're
together.
remaking or re-releasing Treasure Planet, I'm buying 10.
I'm going crazy because I
You
need to
can buy
have
it
it.
right now.
I don't think you
Actually,
can
it's
have it.
very hard to buy a Treasure Planet copy. Like, oh, Jizzle,
let me
I
see
don't
if
even
I
think they're
can.
remade, bro. Like, we're both looking it up because I want to know too.
Right. Because if I can, I'm going to buy it right now. It's on Amazon.
No, is it?
Yeah,
for rent.
11. Oh no. I can buy the DVD, the Blu-ray.
Say less.
10
It's getting
years.
added to my my movie collection because I just told y'all
It's
like
going-
it's
Man, y'all
746.
don't
Yeah.
understand.
Wait, no. Yeah. 746.
I got-
Yeah.
Mine says 1143, but I think this is Blu-ray.
Yeah.
You
That's
get the
getting added.
blue-
And they got Sinbad on here for 946. Yeah. Add
Yeah.
to
They
cart.
got it
I'm
at
gonna get
Target.
I'm gonna
However,
add to
you
cart.
can't buy it until the 14th. We Amazon
Hold
boycott
up,
going on right now.
This is how I know only people that care about this movie ever look up this movie because everything that is showing me right now has 5 stars and there's multiple reviews.
This, oh
That
my
means
God,
only
you're
people
right.
that
I
will
just
run
looked
it-
it up. You're so right. It has 8,934 ratings, and this shit has a 4.8. With that many reviews and you got a 4.8, you know that movie's gas.
Right. It's-
Only people that wanted to watch this movie rated it.
yeah.
Pause. Wait a minute. Sinbad got a 4.8 with 3,074 views. Gas. Road to El Dorado, 4.8 with 7,735 views. Gas. Emperor's New Groove, 4.9 with 1,700. Way less, but gas, nigga.
That's crazy. Like, people are like, nah, like, y'all fucked up. This is what y'all need to be.
I'm
But-
about to make a petition
like-
because I need this.
all I have to say, like, I get like the power of sequels. Like, some sequels can be really good. Like, I enjoyed the Moana sequel. Were the songs horrible? Yes. But was the storyline of Moana 2 really good? Also, yes. But
I didn't
I
see
don't
it.
need a, huh?
I didn't see it yet. I need to see it.
Oh.
I wanted to see it
Yeah.
in theaters, but
The
this was
new-
around the time I
oh,
wasn't going to the movies like that. So I'm trying to
Yeah,
go. I
the,
can't wait to go this month though, boy.
Yeah, it's going crazy. The Flower Festival is right now, and the Flower Festival shows like her new Get Up.
What's going on this month?
All the movies that's coming out.
Like what?
You should know, aren't you the movie head
Novocaine.
person?
Huh?
Yeah, he's the
Oh,
movie person.
Novocaine. Yeah, Novocaine. I mean, I literally look up stuff like the week of.
I can't wait to see Novocaine. That shit looks so funny. It looks like it's gonna be a better done Kick-Ass. But Kick-Ass is based off a comic book, which is super dark if you ever read it. Oh my god, it's very dark.
I've heard.
Yeah, but they didn't fully like lean into the kick-ass. Like he
They
still
didn't.
felt the pain.
So, like-
they still felt the pain.
He could still, yeah. In Kick-Ass, he could still feel pain. It just had to be a lot. Like,
Yeah, but like Novocaine cannot feel it.
yeah, that's a
Like-
real life condition.
I know, but I'm just saying
Is it
like that's
really?
why you said it's a better
Mhm.
kick-ass. I'm like that
Isn't
would
that
make
how,
it
like,
better.
It's dangerous. You could
It's
die.
super dangerous because you can die. You don't feel yourself. People with that condition oftentimes have a lot of scarring on their lips because since they can't feel, they bite at their lips a lot until they bleed.
Mm.
You can't
about to
feel
go
when
to
you're
store now.
cold, so they have to be very careful when they go out in the winter and like wrap up really nicely. They have to do checks on themselves regularly to make sure they don't have any cuts or anything because it'll clot, but like if it's a deep enough cut and they never know because they don't feel
Right.
pain, it'll just bleed out. So
That's so scary.
Yeah, imagine a child. I remember seeing it was something I was watching, and then her child, I can't figure if it was a boy or girl, but they couldn't feel pain like that. So they were outside playing, and when they were coming in, she's like, "What's wrong?" And they looked down, and their leg was broke, like, and they just didn't know.
Or they just didn't know.
And they were outside playing for like an hour, and it's like, "Oh my god."
There's an episode of House about that.
Can we talk about Moonrise now?
Moon Knight.
Sure. The moon haunts you? He
Y'all
gets
are fucking with me because I sent this to you both. So Moonrise is a new anime coming to Netflix, and it has the director of AOT and the the author of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is doing the art. So kind of excited. It looks a lot like just that style, just a little bit more modern, little as far as like the lighting goes a little bit, but it's definitely
Oh, I
giving-
remember you sent this. Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
interesting.
Doesn't it
I
look
didn't look into
interesting?
it too much, but I definitely am interested, is what I'll say.
Yeah,
Definitely
I'm interested.
Oh, other anime news. Kaneki Ken from Tokyo Ghoul is being added to Dead by Daylight. Right now they're having a player test beta for their newest killer called the Ghoul, and it's Kaneki. And I thought that was really cool because it's their first anime killer. They've had anime collabs where they had skins that resemble people or like stuff like that. Like they had Attack on Titan collab. That was their biggest one. Where like one of the enemies that charges is the Armor Titan.
Armor Titan.
Ooh.
Yeah. And they also have like a Mikasa skin and a Annie. Yeah. They have skins for that, right? But
That's cool.
this is their first killer that's like from anime. They've had, movie killers and stuff like that and original killers, but this is the first anime based killer. And a lot of people are excited for it.
Chris paid that because you suggested it to him. They were playing it for a little while.
I thought that was really interesting footnote because like it just popped up on my timeline today, like the PTB opened today too. But I thought that was really cool that like so many games are getting into that. Another game that obviously has had many collabs, Fortnite. They had their first Kaiju 8 collab. So usually what they end up doing is they update stuff as it goes, and they'll give you like an okay version of a skin, and then you get all the better stuff like on the second and third collab. So like they got everyone in their like standard suits. So eventually they're gonna get Kafka when he transforms, and then they'll add a transformation emote where he transforms into Kaiju number 8, like how they have Gohan going beast mode and Super Saiyan 2 and Goku going through all his transformations. So like I love that Fortnite does that, and it's one of the things that keeps me going back. Like let me go buy this real quick because Fortnite's a cool little thing to play, but like when it comes to dominating the skins, brother, they got it. And Call of Duty added the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that sounds fun. Like skins or like a game mode?
So skins. So like you can have each of the Ninja Turtles or Splinter as the skins. And they each have their own set of finishers based off of their weapons.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Twan posted one. I think I sent y'all his video, but Twan posted on his TikTok a Get Jiggy video, and he was Michelangelo dancing on a train. So, I had anime news that was specifically just things that are coming out. I'm trying to find the post. Here it is. Just so I can go through the quick notes. Undead Unluck has officially ended. The manga has officially ended, I believe, this past week after a 5-year installment. Yeah.
Thank God.
Congratulations.
You said thank God. You wasn't fucking with it?
That is a disturbed show. It's a disturbed concept.
What, living forever and then having to exist and die and exist and die and exist and die?
You see how you explained it to not explain the disturbedness? See, that's his problem, guys. He explains things to fit his needs and not what it was. If you don't know, Undead Unluck is about a guy who is a functionally immortal, right?
He's undead. He can't die. Yes.
Right. And there's a girl who has terrible luck when she causes terrible luck when she comes into contact with people. And so
the more affection she has towards you, the worse the luck.
Right. And so the man who is undead wants to die, and so he figured, hey, if you have affection, that means I just need you to fall in love with me and maybe I can die. So this girl is what, 18, and he's been living for like 300-400 years, and he's trying to seduce this girl.
Billion.
Whatever.
You forget he's from the OG. Had to go through that failing and live through. No, he's lived through
all the failings.
He lived through all the failures. Actually, that's why he's so like fuck this shit. I don't care.
I don't know what that means.
You're lying,
Oh,
but okay.
so
I'm not like he's lived through the failures. I don't know what that means.
So
like
you find out at the end of the season that this isn't the first time that everything's happened. Their world
Yeah.
exists specifically because they failed to stop it. That they have a tablet, and after he hits a number 101, it basically the world ends, right?
yeah,
101
and so, like,
failures means the world ends, period. But
right.
the reason that it keeps happening is because they can't kill God. And every time they fail, it resets. But he can't die. So when it resets, he's still the same nigga.
Yeah.
So when the earth explodes and they fail, and earth gets recreated and has to go through all of evolution and everything again, he sits in space, dies, comes back to life, dies, comes back to life, dies, comes back to life, until there is an inhabitable place for him to live, and either survives or dies and comes back to life until he reaches the point of modern society in which he does all of this shit again, and they fail, and rinse and repeat. Because you find out that the meteorites that she calls down are just other pieces of Earth that used to be.
It's the old world that used to be. So when a meteorite comes down because of her unluck, it's just
it's a piece of Earth.
Fragment. Mm-hmm.
Wow, I might have to actually give it a second chance. 7 episodes in, I gave up because of the main plot line. I just couldn't fuck with the idea he's constantly trying to win over this little girl's heart.
I love that part.
Everything else was dope, like the way
he actually starts to do it though. Oh no, it gets better how he uses his power because he has to confront.
Yeah, he learned. Right, he has to.
Yeah.
He learns because he takes the piece out, so that's the real him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like who we see is a alternate personality. So he learns from the real him how to really.
Because he always thinks like I gotta respawn from my head. In the biggest spoiler part is he does not have to respawn from his head. He can respawn from any part of his body. So when he learned that, he learned more creative ways to use his powers that even the OG him didn't think of.
Yeah.
No, I believe, like, from what I've seen, because of the fact that he knows he can't build, he uses his body in a reckless way that no one else could do, and it's entertaining. It's great.
Yeah, but then he goes against people who can counter it. So.
Yeah, which makes it even more interesting when you meet some of the other people he like gets to fight, because like when you realize what their abilities are. Yeah.
Because I forgot what it's called. It's either a personal or a world effect. It either affects either affects themselves or it affects the world around them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm not one.
Well,
I'm explaining for the people, not just for you.
Yeah. It's not just
That's why it's called undead unluck. So her unluck, it doesn't affect her. It affects everything around her.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm surprised you didn't get to the end, only because the end has really good twists.
It has a really good story building feat. Like it's fucking great.
Yeah.
There was more entertaining things to hold my attention at the time.
Fair. See, I was watching this and Go Loser Ranger at the same time, so I was able to bounce between it. So the story towards the end, where it gets interesting, has a lot of exposition, but I was able to bounce between it to keep my interest. So.
Now I watch it 10 seconds at a time because whenever I finish a show on Hulu, it goes to that show next. And
fair enough.
Just pick up.
You'll get up there eventually.
You'll get there. No rush.
Wait, I was done.
That was the only new topic I had.
Okay, Sakamoto Days is the biggest Netflix anime hit they've had in a while.
It's alright.
I love it.
I haven't checked it.
Not, I think it's alright.
I love it because I read it, so I got through all these parts very fast. That's my thing about reading. The things y'all get through in a season, I get through like bam. So it's like y'all like this is cool, and I'm like, bro, just wait.
Well, the other thing that on Danny Mata and NC Hammer's podcast, they how like some of the stuff that we're experiencing is like a little out of order because introduce the main cast and get into the story. So it's like, like it feels a little different than like if you read it. They also talked about some of like the lighting differences than in some other animes and how they like light this like light scenes versus like maybe how some other animes would do it, and people tend to enjoy the kind of brighter lighting even in
we talked about that last week though. when we talked about how people
That's what I
can't
was saying.
hold their attention, bro.
Yeah.
For anything
Just, you know,
cinematic, it has to be flashy and big. It can't be like a statement piece. It has to be, yeah.
But I'm a couple episodes behind because one thing that I have learned about myself, I don't like waiting for stuff to come out. Like I really don't. And I learned that reading these past couple weeks. Waiting fucking sucks. Like, is this what you manga readers go? Y'all just
This
be
is
waiting for
literally what we've
chapters?
been explaining to you for so long when we just say, just read the thing. And you're like, no, I don't want to read.
But then when you catch up, when you read, what do you do then?
Oh, you
No,
take a
I'm
break.
really
You find
lost.
something else to fixate on. Like, oh, I had this other thing that I've been neglecting for several months, and now I'm gonna catch up on that. And by the time you catch up on that and all your other stuff, your main is back.
Yeah, so that's
You have
what
to
I've
have
been
you have to
having
have a
do.
cycle of at least, I would say, 5 mangas you're reading at once. One that you're neglecting on purpose, and the other ones that you're reading either weekly or like you're neglecting them in a cycle. So like each week you got something to read in mass. That's what I do.
I'm not okay.
Like
I'm not okay with you.
I just
Can't
have a
stand it.
shitty memory, so I forget. Like I
And
completely
you be
forget.
like, wow, chapters.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, I was reading that. That's cool, man.
So for me,
Lucky you.
I have
You live a life.
shout out to he showed me manga decks, right? That's where I read all my like my non-shonen stuff.
I
per
use
se.
that.
Yeah, that's why I read all my like maybe my non shonen and stuff like that, where I just kind of go and I'll be like, oh, this story's out, right? Or I'll give them a couple months, but then I read my shonen week to week. Like I gotta read Chainsaw Man this week because that chapter gonna be crazy. But it came out today actually, so I gotta read that today. But like I read my other stuff on the days that they come out, and I forget about this, and then I do the same thing with Blue Lock, where I just don't read it for a while, and then I just read it in mass because I refuse to be cucked by Blue Lock. God damn it.
Yeah. That's what's it's been happening. So since I've been reading so much lately, I've been like catching up, which is nice. So now I'm probably gonna like I have to do laundry for our trip. So I'm like, oh, I can watch I have so many episodes.
All right, let me speed run some of this stuff. She scared the fuck out you. Let me speed run some of this stuff.
Me.
The Sidemen and the YouTube All Stars had a charity soccer game at Wimbledon. The YouTube All Stars won. You would love this. Kai Cenat and I Show Speed literally got a goal that Isagi and Bachira got in Blue Lock.
So you talking about the pass to him and he kicked it in? I didn't know Kai could play soccer. I learned in that clip.
Yeah, that was literally like animation being brought in real life. I thought that was dope as fuck. Lazarus is coming out. That's the anime directed by John Wick's director and Shinichiro Watanabe. That's the guy I believe who made Cowboy Bebop.
Right.
That's coming out in April, so be ready for that. Where is it? Here it is. Go Loser Ranger returns for season 2 on April 13th. I really like that story a lot. But that was just all of it.
I can't remember who said it. Somebody was like, "Oh, they really didn't like it," or for whatever reason, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting," because I like it. I'm interested to see how it's gonna go, but like, I think it's interesting the bad guy being the good guy being the bad guy.
He's being the good guy out of circumstance because the good guys are terrible people. But then on top of it, his intent for the world isn't good. If anything, for his people is good. I want liberation. I want them to pay. But also because these good guys are terrible, it just happens to align with what is good. He has a self-serving goal.
Yeah. We love stories like that.
We do.
I wanted to be pointed out that so many people's favorite villains are rapists and pedophiles.
Huh?
Whose favorite villain is a rapist and a pedophile?
If anybody's favorite villain is the Joker, he's a rapist.
You know what? I'll shut the fuck up then.
He raped Barbara Gordon after shooting her.
But that was a creative piece of a movie.
It was art.
That's like canon, bro.
Because look, shut
up.
That's
That's main continuity canon too. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
She becomes the Oracle. Yeah,
right.
That's how we get the Oracle.
But like, he got to share a laugh with Batman, and that was a great moment
It
because
was a wonderful moment because when do we see
He
Batman
shared
laugh?
his dick with Barbara, bro. Stop this. Don't try and make light of this situation. This is crazy.
I'm not trying to make light of the situation. I'm just saying the last laugh or the killing joke, I mean,
Killing joke,
was
yeah.
The killing
Last
joke
laugh is when Jason ended
No,
up
when
killing
that's-
him, right? At the end?
I thought that was when he
Or
fucked with
Batman killed him.
Superman.
Did Batman kill him? That was when Batman killed him.
Yeah.
That was the one that Batman
That's
killed
when
him.
that's when he fucked with Superman and Batman ended up killing him.
Don't fuck
Really
with
killing
Which
joke.
I get, because no offense to Superman. Actually, all the offense to
Fuck
it
Superman.
don't take much. I'm just saying, it don't take much.
That's your
Because-
motto now.
Because here's my thing:
I apologize for that joke I made. That was
the
terrible.
Joker has. We just said the Joker raped Barbara Gordon, captured what's his name, Commissioner Gordon, shot Barbara Gordon, has done so many atrocities, and Batman is not like, oh, I gotta destroy the world. I'm gonna destroy.
I can see why some people hate Batman. After hearing that
Yeah.
in specific, like that,
Yeah.
I can understand why you don't like him. I get it, but like,
Yeah.
then I'm just as bad as they are. But then also sometimes that's not that bad, you know? Like
Yeah.
sometimes these niggas got to get put in the dirt and not in a cell. You feel me?
But for Superman's sake,
Why
Batman's
you
like,
make
I'll
that
be the Batman.
face? Not everybody can be reformed. Some niggas got to get put in the dirt and not in a cell.
Well, I'm more so. I tried to figure out what the last laugh was, and it's just an episode from the original Batman series. So I don't know what movie we're talking about.
Okay, cool.
I know
cool.
Killing
We don't
Joke
know
is
shit.
the movie where he kills him. Killing Joke is the movie where he kills him. But
it's not
there's something with.
confirmed that he kills him.
Huh?
They don't confirm Killing Joke that they kill him.
I'm gonna move
You're gonna
on
look it
before
up?
someone exposes me.
I'm just saying.
It does not confirm that he killed him.
Because after what happened with Barbara and Batman confronts him and something else happened and Joker told a joke and the Batman puts his hand on his shoulder and they start laughing together and then the screen goes black
Was
and
that
you hear
Killing
a snap.
Joke? Oh.
Yes.
That's killing Joke.
The screen goes black and you hear a snap. You never know what the snap was. You would assume it was his neck and that's why he was laughing because he finally snapped, but you don't know.
Could have been his wrist.
It could have. You really don't know.
Batman just punching that man in the ribs like, I'm taking you to jail. And all you heard was a snap of a rib is kind of crazy.
Yeah. We don't know.
All right. My last one was that Monster Hunter had an insane release. It came out about actually last weekend. It's only been out for a week. One, there's a person who hit rank 999, the highest hunter rank you can in a week. Insane. Go touch grass. See somebody, bro. You don't have to be that sweaty.
How do you? It takes time.
It should be
in
an
those
impossibility. It should be. But
Wait,
that nigga did it.
what? That's
The
not-
guy reached max rank in a week. He got 999 levels in a week. There are seasoned Monster Hunter players that only made it to Hunter rank 50 in the week.
What were
but-
they doing? Like, what
Nothing
Yeah,
but playing this fucking game is what.
No, it's not even that because there's a skill curve there because those missions and stuff take time. You can't just.
Not if you know. Not seasoned Monster Hunter players do not take any time at all to get through the game just because they know. Like, all it is learning the patterns. After that, there's very slight variations in it. But once you get it, you get your weapon set up, you're good. I don't know what this
But they
nigga was
still
doing,
take-
but he did it.
Time, like there's a time aspect, like getting the Lord skin, there's a time aspect in there.
was he just,
Apparently, a
like-
week is enough.
All
I
can
don't. The
imagine
Monster
is him,
Hunters
like-
page posted this nigga, bro. It's not a game. Damn.
Like,
He
here's my
has
thing,
something.
like,
They had a gun to his family's head or something. That's the lore in my head. Somebody was gonna die if he
you know
didn't
what's
get this
funny?
right, bro.
What's the lore in your head? The lore in my head is like bathroom.
No, he got
So
shit
that way
stains in the.
could take
He
a
has.
shit
No, he has.
and
He's
he
sitting
can
on the
play.
toilet.
That's the only way I can see it
There's a
working.
TV in his bathroom.
Did you know that if you sit for too long playing the game, you can develop blood clots in your leg and get a pulmonary embolism?
I thought you was gonna say get a hemorrhoid, but sure.
You
was
can get
thinking
hemorrhoids,
hemorrhoid.
but pulmonary embolism. It was on 1,000 Ways to Die. Guy was on the game for
Yeah.
like a week straight, and when he finally stood up, he had a pulmonary embolism and died.
They tell you that's why they tell you on long flights to make you stand often, and that's why after surgery they make you walk. No matter how like intrusive it is, they try to get you to stand up and get you to walk a little bit.
Get that blood
I learned that
circulating.
on my 600-pound life. It happened to a girl, and after because she had her surgery, she had some. It would show she had a little bit more discomfort than everyone else, like than typical, and then so she wasn't walking, and so she got up to like take a walk, and like the blood clot like shot up and like made her have a heart attack.
Damn.
She was okay. She survived, and she lost a lot. She did a really good job, actually.
That's good. I was gonna say, it's sold. They had one of the highest amounts of any game of concurrent players online on Steam. They had 1.3 million players at peak online at once. And then it is amongst Capcom's greatest, or amongst not only amongst Capcom's greatest first day sales, but amongst Steam's. And here's the
Ooh.
funniest part of that story.
Wow.
The studio that made Power World, right? They had such an influx of people taking off the day Monster Hunter was coming out. The company sent out an email basically giving the everyone there a special day off, and it said, "Hey, we noticed a huge influx of people requesting off today, and those who didn't request off today said they were going to be sick today. So we're just going to have a company-wide day off. Enjoy Monster Hunter."
Oh, that's nice.
That's stupid. Make them use their PTO.
It's a gaming company, and they're promoting gaming.
I don't care. You're gonna do it for your job. I want reviews on my desk by the morning.
By the morning? Bro, I'm not reaching 999 by the end of the week, goddammit. I'm trying to have fun.
He had fun not going to sleep.
Speaking of which, I played Loud, and that was great. I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much as I am, but I am. I'm gonna tell you my setup in a weeks.
Hey, remember when he said it was gonna be a quick episode?
Oh, I specifically made it longer on purpose, and I have to cut out about like 5 or 10 minutes.
Like it's a cursed thing to say that we're gonna be quick.
It's like
if I wanted it to, it would have been a 45-minute episode.
Work is slow.
Yeah.
It's
All right,
saying,
but
work is slow.
ears, give them to me. What are they?
Oh, you forgot the last news.
What?
One Piece anime dub finally caught up with the sub.
No way.
Yeah, the next season, couple episodes coming out, and I think later this month or April, it will finally be officially caught up. The English dub and the sub are caught up.
Nice.
I remember when I first diverged in middle school.
I switched at Thriller Bark is when I switched to. No, I'm sorry, Sabia. Actually, it worked out good. I switched at the Sabaody archipelago. So when they got there, so after the 2-year time skip is when I switched, and I was just like, oh, I don't know if I like it, but I was like, well, it was a little easier to get into because everybody had their their time skip look, so it was a little easier for me to get into, but it was a hard switch for me.
So I just thought about something, right? From you guys saying caught up. I don't know why I thought about solo leveling, but I did. Give me your predictions for the Biru versus Jinwoo fight episode. I want your rating predictions because you already know companies are gonna say, "Oh, write a post about this," and I'm prepared to be upset about it. Not only because of the company probably fucking it up, but because I don't know, these niggas ain't really anime watchers, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna give it a 9. I think they're really gonna throw. I think they're gonna throw that budget at it. They're gonna just be like, "You need more money? Here's the money. Take all the money and make it." I think it has great shots. I think it's dope.
I have no point of reference. I haven't watched the season.
Oh, the season has been really good too.
Yeah, I've heard. I just haven't watched an episode.
Oh, did you? With the voice actor and the English voice actor, and he said arise.
I sent that to you.
And he didn't wake up, and he said wakey wakey, and
wakey wakey. Someone made a post about it, and it was like the comparison, and it made me kind of mad because it was the comparison between it was just a comparison between like the manhwa, the anime, and the game. And when I tell you, I'm trying to find it so I can show y'all, but when I tell you it made me just a little bit upset to see that, I'm like, damn, niggas really didn't put as much like effort into this as they could have, cause like people have been, cause based on the game at this current moment goes all the way up to the Biru fight, right? It might even go beyond that, but I know it goes up to the Biru fight, right? And some people were saying like they think that what's gonna happen is the season's gonna end with him and Biru. Like, you probably know the scene I'm talking about, where he walks up, he's like, "Are you their king?" And he's like, a talking ant." And then like Biru screeches, and then they about to get active. People think that's gonna stop right there, right at the like
It's going to stop early.
the look them down.
They're going to cuck us.
They're gonna cuck you. This is what some people think. So some people made a comparison between the anime, the game, and the manhwa of how Biru looks, and I was like, damn, that's kind of funny.
So let me understand this right. The soul leveling is done.
It's been done, yes.
Yeah.
And there's a sun. Is that something that's going on right now?
No.
Or is that finished as well?
It's
that
all
was, like,
done.
in the main storyline.
It ended
Got it.
a while
Okay.
ago, big dog.
Okay, I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah.
Because they'd be like, "Oh, what do you think about Jinwoo's son?" I was like, his son, he barely, can he have babies? Is he legal? I mean, yes, I know he is, but like,
Is he legal is crazy.
but it's like,
Nice
is
for a
he?
friend.
That's funny as
And
fuck.
I'm like,
I
the
just
only
want you to
person
know
I can
that.
see him having babies with, is she legal? I don't
I believe all of them are
remember
adults.
correctly.
Yeah, she's the blonde. She's an adult.
Oh, he has a girl. It's with the blonde. I thought it
Oh,
was
I
the.
don't know.
Yes.
Oh, I thought. Okay, so the blonde is the baby mama. I thought the baby mama was gonna be the girl.
The crying vid.
Did she cry? I don't know. But the one who
After that
go to school.
double
with his
dungeon,
sister.
she was terrified.
No.
The
The
healer, not
the
the
S
healer
rank,
one.
bro. The S rank.
I know. That's what I was.
No, I'm saying I get that it's the blonde S rank. I thought that the girlfriend was gonna be the little girl who he keep dragging with him to who
Oh,
go to school with his sister. I thought
yeah.
it was gonna be her.
This is the comparison they had. They were like Biru in the manhwa, Biru in the anime, Biru in the game. One of these things is not like the other.
Well, that's because y'all ain't seen it yet. That's just him a little bit. That's him
Biru's
in
that
silhouette.
guy. And what's crazy
heard.
is I liked him too fast. I liked him way too fast for the
I
menace
still don't
that
understand why he's obsessed with him.
he's just entertaining and he's strong. Like, I like him because he's those two things.
You like entertaining strong men?
Yeah.
I like entertaining
Well,
strong
boy,
insects.
I got the yaoi for you.
Oh wow, yeah, that's her pitch. But yeah, just because like after the fact when he popped up,
funny.
he was not only in like he was strong as fuck. He was about that action. He was give no fucks. Biru got active from birth. Like we was talking about Kid Buu. Last episode I was editing it and like how his first thought when he woke up was I'ma blow this bitch up. You know what Biru's first thought was when he came out that goddamn egg? I'ma paint the streets red. Where are these niggas king at?
Like I said, if you like that, I do have the yaoi for you.
I'm good. We're gonna move on. What are the ears at, nigga?
Okay, so we're still doing the Disney Eats collection. This one I actually had before the Disney Eats collection released them, so I didn't get the Disney Eats version. It's exactly the same. It just doesn't have the Disney Eats tag on the side. This is for the month of October. Also, weird month to do this. I think September should have been October and October should have been September's. But because October's a big month for like Halloween for Disney, that's they didn't do it because they were selling like Halloween merch and they had Halloween ears. But it's the churro ears.
You've done this before.
So I have okay. So the churro ears, I guess you guys have seen it before. These are hard, like it's like hard plastic. Like I could hurt somebody with these. They have chocolate on them because you can get chocolate dipping sauce. The bowl is white, but it's like glittery, and like even this stuff, it kind of flakes off sometimes. The sugary stuff, it used to be real bad. I guess now that I've had them, but these are and they're a little bit older. I've had these. Maybe
I don't
2
remember
years.
these.
I remember
Oh,
them.
see? He doesn't remember them. You probably saw me just wear them normally because I've had them for a while. So yeah, in the back is they're still like full like churros.
I give it a
Why didn't
solid
they do this
7.
in May?
Yeah,
Thanks.
that would be a great time for churros. Yeah,
Yeah.
I give it a solid
I
7.
don't.
That's it though.
Thank
You
you.
ain't get much out of me, bro.
I like.
I don't know why they did them in October. Like I said, my only guess is because they already had these. Like these have existed for a while, and because they had so much Halloween merch, they didn't want like
Make more.
yeah, like oversell it or whatever.
That's
Like it
right.
doesn't have. I only am showing them because I have them right. I mean, like it doesn't have like the Disney Eats tag on these ones because them where these ones like have the Disney Eats tag. So yeah, that's October.
I gotta
Let's get
figure
the
that out.
weeks.
All right,
How
let's
y'all
get into
been?
weeks. I was sick last week. I just
Your
got
week.
over.
That was your week.
I just got over being sick. Damn, just trying to shut me up. I just got over being sick. Other than that, we didn't record last week. We were supposed to have a meeting. We didn't do that either. But
The meeting is supposed to be second Sunday.
yeah. I was too
I
sick
thought
to
we were
care.
having it this Sunday.
I was too sick to care. So I just got over being sick. Shout out to firstborn's birthday. It just passed. Other than that, I've been just playing games and chilling. And
Your
working.
firstborn?
Carly. We just call her our firstborn.
Oh, I was like, huh?
No.
Like they here?
I'm like,
That's
do you have another older sibling I don't know about? Like, I'm confused.
That's hilarious. What?
Actually, he does.
Yeah, but I mean, in the context of the parents.
Yeah.
Oh no. My sister-in-law. We call her our firstborn because she's damn near our child at this point. But yeah, she had her birthday. We went out to eat for that and chill with her. Went to Top Golf. I was launching that bitch. I won all the games that we played because I'm him. Apparently I'm a golfer. I never knew.
I knew. I've known
I
for a
knew.
really long time.
We've all known.
Yeah. You just look in the mirror, you could tell. Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
feel it.
tees off.
I said
Not-
golfer, not gooner, guys. Remember that.
No. He tees off. He doesn't tee off, but he tees off. If you get what I'm saying.
But other than that, yeah, he was like, I was getting bored with some games. I made it in Grandmaster and got kicked out abruptly. Fuck you niggas that's just like stat padding in that bitch. I hate y'all. And then I played Avowed because I was like, I'm bored. And he was like, Avowed free, you should give that a shot. And I did. And it was low-key kind of great. I'm doing a battle mage setup where I got a sword in one hand that's on fire and then a spell book in the other because spells don't take stamina and my sword takes stamina. But then in the other hand, when I put that shit away, I got a wand and a grip. And I get active with both.
What is this game? And why did you have what is
It's 2025 Skyrim.
Basically. I'd be like, whop, 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 bam. It's a great time. I be getting
it
active.
sounds like it. It sounds like it.
Skyrim.
Or I might use some spells on your ass. You never know. That's all I've been doing. I'm playing that after we get off of here, actually.
I'll go next.
Next time I play Rivals. I need to rank up.
I've been reading. I've been reading a lot.
Reading and gooning. Oh, Lent started, by the way.
Lent has started. I've been reading a lot. That's all I do right now. And that's fine with me. It's also keeping me off social media. I've been stay off social media a little bit. It's been a little much.
That's the easy part.
My best friend was in town over the weekend. Drinking around the world with her. Shout out to my girl Nancy. We had a great time.
What's she doing
like when I say she literally popped in, she got here Friday night. We drank around the world on Saturday. She left today.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she just wanted a little getaway. So I had a nice time. Met some of her like friends that I don't get to see I don't get to see like her friends, of course, much because I'm not in DC, Baltimore no more.
Yeah.
And then like the weekend before that, I chilled in the house. Like I've really been chilling and saving money because we got this Japan trip coming up, so I'm trying not to spend nothing. Even though I'm gonna move my head because it's like a pile of new ears behind me. But that is a podcast expense.
No, it's not. I'm not letting you put that on my taxes. God damn it. Heat,
It's
how was your 2
$35
weeks?
a pop. You sure?
Yeah, no, you're gonna eat that.
If I can't put my Gooner statues on there, you can't put your ears.
You gotta show the Guna statue. You gotta show the Guna statue.
I
Put
can't.
them
We'll
on
get
there.
demonetized everywhere we go. We probably shouldn't say some words. We should probably censor it, but I don't know. Heat, how was your past 2 weeks?
2 weeks, Jesus. I mean, it's been flip flop weather. Finally warming up. That's nice.
Like flip flop. Like you can wear flip flops, or the weather been switching.
No, like it's been switching. Like
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
40
I
degrees.
was gonna let it rock.
and it's 80 degrees. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, caught up on One Punch Man to the very last chapter that was out. Found out that the site I use and the official site, they don't have the same numbering, but they're at the same point. The site I use is on chapter 217. The official one's on 209, but they have the exact same stuff. So I don't know what that means.
I know that
I've learned
sometimes
that
mangakas
they
will like
sometimes,
break
like-
certain chapters up into parts. Like it'll be like 21 part 1, 21
Oh, I
part 2.
know. Yeah.
And like most sites
No.
will just have it listed as 22, 23.
Or sometimes they put like the author notes in there, or like if they do like a holiday release, they'll put it in there, and so it goes in the count. And sometimes it messes it up if they don't actually just say what it is. Maybe it's that. I don't know. I've never read One Punch Man. I just watch it.
Season
Yeah,
3 comes
fair.
out this year as well. Sorry.
I know. Very excited.
Yeah, hopefully they animate all of the Goro arc. I'm well past that, so I want to see what comes next. Yeah, I don't really know what else major's been going on. Trying to finally narrow down some costume stuff. Been playing with my sewing machine. I hate it, but we ball.
Oh, you have
Fucking
a sewing
Weeball.
machine? That's fun.
Yeah, that nigga be so
Yeah, I thought it would be fun, but
It's not, is it?
Sorry.
I mean, like the concept. I have the concept of how to sew in a straight line now. It's just like, now, how the fuck do I make a shirt? Like, how do I take a flat piece of material and make it?
Well,
3.
okay, so I watch a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race. What you do is you take like a shirt, or in their case, they take like a dress that they really like, and they trace it on the fabric. They do 2, and then you just put that together, and that's how you learn, and then you get it.
Yeah.
I thought I had a new chapter of one of my mangas.
I have a shirt that I cut up to play with, but I also finally just said fuck it and got some plastic wrap and tape. So we're gonna make body cast.
Ooh,
Yes, sir.
I love those. They're so cool.
I mean, I gotta do it on my own, so we'll see how cool it is.
Just
Yeah, but we'll see.
All right. That's everyone's
so
week.
good.
That's the end of episode 135. 35. I counted.
All right.
I'm looking at it.
That
not
being
confusion.
said, be sure to follow the podcast at Be More Nerdy on all sites. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Blue Sky. There we go. And IG, if I didn't say that already. Be sure to follow me at Mr. Space Awaits on all the same sites, as well as GalaxyGreg_ for anything content related. That's all I got. Diva.
What it is, little dummies, it's your girl Diva XOXO, aka the Sophister Ratchet, aka the HNIC, the head nerd in charge, aka the official, unofficial Disney princess. You can follow me on Instagram at the Diva XOXO. I will currently be posting about the Flower Festival, which is my favorite festival. Lasts all the way from now until June. Super excited. They already have some really, really stuff out that I'm excited to show you guys. Make sure to comment below what got you into anime. What was your first anime? Who got your anime cherry? Heath?
Better be Girls Bravo. Yeah, man. Follow the pod. I'm not really doing anything significant on my personal stuff, but honestly, and I'm HTTV_ something. I don't know. You'll figure it out. We believe in you.
That being said, we are the Be More Nerdy podcast. Remember to be more nerds. Peace.
We out here.
Cheers.